When Edison Crane sets his mind to do something, he does it, and he does it well. And I meant it. When he sets his minds to do something, they do it. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And just so you're not lost in the sauce, go check out my Prodigy playlist, now up on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Now, let's get into it, because these guys take a step back in time just to find one measly map. We continue where we left off with Edison and his assistant, Rachel, battling on top a moving train. You see, they can fight. They not just smart, they got hands. But how did we get here? Remember when I told you Edison was going to climb a mountain? Well, he did. And from the mountain, they went to Cambodia. And from Cambodia, they went to Pakistan. They were tracing their steps, one step at a time. Which brings us to this train battle. You see, these guys were agents of the cult, the Brotherhood of the Dragon, and their mission was simple: stop anyone who was trying to prevent their coming. And they were going to stop this guy through any means necessary, even if it means blowing up themselves. Edison watched this guy die on this train, and he was like, whoa, this is real. Let's get the hell out of here. But as they were running, they met another of these agents wielding a gun. He must have not seen the explosion because it hit him hard, throwing everyone from this train. But even while falling to his doom, Edison was on mission, calling to Rachel to grab onto that case and don't let it go. Thankfully, she was good with the instructions because she reached for it and grabbed it, and Edison grabbed her. They were safe, but they were not really safe, because the train must have crashed, yes, but some of the agents were still alive, and these ones were going to kill him on this spot. But at this moment, before he could die, we see that Edison had a power we didn't know about. Edison had the ability to talk no jutsu his enemies. Bruh, standing before him, he saw into this guy's very soul, broke down his pathetic life. He made him realize that this is not his path. He could do better with his life. Even Rachel was like, bruh, what are you doing, Edison? But Edison was having effect, not just one. He was changing the minds of two of these individuals. And he did it so quickly, they even supported him, saving his life and Rachel. Even then, he offered each and every one of them a hug and told them, when this is all over, find me. I'll give you a job to do. But right now, I have somewhere to be. And we see that somewhere is the Indian Ocean. You see, he was supposed to dive down and find the scroll, the mural that was supposed to direct him on his path to defeating the enemy from the other Earth. Diving headfirst without a care in the world, he went straight down. Knowing full well that this place may be hard to find, he was still down with the risk, because Edison is all about the risk. Even while swimming next to sharks, he knew, stay calm, do not bleed, and I'll be fine. And he really was fine. Taking his time, he surveyed every inch of this temple, and he found what he was looking for. A carving on the wall that explained that there were two parallel Earths, and there was a gateway to those Earths from each other. That was what the Tower of Babel was for. It was not for no language, nah. This was a gateway to the other Earth. Sadly, his time had run out. But not just him, for Rachel as well, because she was being invaded by actual pirates. They were here to rob her. Calling Mr. Crane, he told her, okay, protect yourself. I'll be up in a minute. And when I give you the signal, toss me your gun. And he goes to work, butchering these sharks. I mean, he was merciless, making sure to draw blood and driving the other sharks into a feeding frenzy, using the opportunity to hide himself. While on the surface, the pirates had started to climb on board. Edison made sure to find cover and called Rachel and told him almost ready. And she wasn't even bothered. They were surrounding her and she didn't care. Edison, however, was facing pressure, not just from the ocean, but from the sharks. So he set his oxygen tanks to explode. And Rachel, she was still weirdly calm. The tanks proceeds to explode. The preceding shockwave caused the sharks to get confused. Rachel on the surface at the same time mows down all of these pirates all at once. And then Edison, he called for the gun and she simply tossed it. So nonchalant, but it was perfectly planned out because the gun fell straight to Edison's hand, and with the gun, he mowed down the rest of the sharks. When he got to the surface and he climbed aboard a ship, he met Rachel pissed off. You see, she's tired of weird missions. But this was probably going to be their most complicated stop, because now they had to travel to Damascus, because they couldn't just straight up go to Babylon. That was under ISIS protection. They needed a way to go in. Thankfully, Mr. Crane knew someone, but his person told him it's going to cost him $2 million. Rachel, knowing full well that Mr. Crane had the money, she said, all right, wire this prick the money, let's move. But Mr. Crane said, nah, why spend my own money when I could just win us some more? He then proceeds to go out and gamble. But before he leaves, because he's a nice guy, he gives the little kid struggling with his homework the answers, and he proceeds to snitch on the cash register guy who was currently stealing money for his girlfriend, just because he's a nice guy. And while he was gone, Rachel and Farouk had a conversation about how they met. Farouk reveals he was in the worst time of his life. He was into the drugs, the alcohol. He was straight up suicidal until Mr. Edison found him, proceeds to take him to a beach, spend days having a conversation with him, make sure he got clean and changed his life. He does that. He changes people for no reason other than just because he's a nice guy. His only flaw is he had gotten addicted to the risk. He had gotten addicted to the thrill of doing the impossible, just like right now. Getting $2 million in the scorching desert while gambling is supposed to be impossible, but he did it. Just as he was about to leave with the money, he put in a call to Rachel, telling her to pull up and stand next to the window. She asked him why. Is everything okay? And he simply smiles, because everything was not okay. He was about to die, but he was holding his cool because he is Edison Crane. You guys don't know the limits of these guys' mind, and I love it.